Hey, Orange One here. So in this tutorial, I wanted to go over pets and how to get them mostly. But before we go into how to get them, I wanted to go over what they are and why you would maybe have them join you. All right, first of all, this is what pets are. This is what they look like. You can have a ton of different non-humanoid player characters like these garrus and like the bull. And I think this is a goat that we've got here. And leg right here, and you can see that they have stats, but it's kind of weird how the stats work. It works very differently than with like NPCs. So like with NPCs, you train up their stats by doing combat. Like my katana will go up as I use it. You can imagine it doesn't really make sense a goat having a katana skill. They don't really use the skills, nor do they level up. Pets, how they get better is that they become older. So you can see right now that leg is a teen and his stat multiplier is about half of what it could be. And then we've got this adult here that's almost fully like an adult is 1.0. And then if they get really old, they turn in with the 1.1, they get the elder bonus. So all their stats get boosted up. So yeah, with pets, their stats are all dependent on their age, and it's also a little bit different for different pets. Like a garru right here, these are basically your pack beasts. Very, very useful. Honestly, probably my favorite pet in the game is the garru. The bull acts almost identically. You just have slightly different stats, you know. The goat and the bone dog, these are more like your combat pets. They're not and you can put backpacks on some of them, but they are stats wise better fighters. There is also my favorite type of pet, which I'll cut to and I'll show you real soon. Before I show you though my favorite pet, we'll save that for a little bit. I want to show off a little bit more functionality about the pets. So you can see here I put the order to have everyone come inside. Only my NPC and my goat were able to come inside. Animals have like weird pathfinding that prevents them from going indoors, but you can do this. You can just go pick them up and you can carry them. And I'd also highly recommend that you do this with your transport animals. A, it looks hilarious. B, you can usually move faster when you carry them than having them run themselves. So yeah, just a little life pro tip there. And then if you look here with Narco, I can't select the beds. Like Bill can't go sleep in the bed no matter how much I click on it, but Orange One can put them in the beds. So if you right click, hold down right click, and you go to put in bed, you can put in the beds like that. Oh yeah, one other thing, they can't lose limbs. So your NPCs, if your limbs get too damaged, you can lose them if you've got the right settings on. These guys, that will never happen to you. You can't have a prosthetic goat. I'm sorry. I know, it's terrible. Also, be careful about which enemies you fight with them, because some enemies, not all, but some of them will butcher these guys. So if, like how you can butcher an animal, they can get butchered. So be careful when you fight with a pet. Okay, let's show you my favorite pet. Okay, so here are my favorite pets. The crabs. They're kind of meme famous. Like, people love them. They've got really, really high stats, and yeah, they attack pretty nasty. So just keep that in mind. We can actually show off what this looks like with these guys. You can see that they won't even try and block. That's just for a second. Let's put you on a block order, actually. What happens? See, like they can't do it. Right? But did you see that? Damage for like 100 something right there. Like, they hit hard. They can't really be blocked. So they can oftentimes, especially if they're fast, they can get a ton of attacks off and just stagger enemies. It's pretty nice. So let's go ahead and transition into how do you get pets. We're going to start with the crabs, and then we'll go over the more general ones. Ignore that. Okay, so there's a couple sources of animals. One is going to a faction's town, like the crab town right here. And they have some stores. Also, you'll find some wandering spawns and villages. The villages will have like shops like this a lot of time, and you'll also find some nomads roaming around. I'll show what those look like in a little bit. But this is the only place that you can get crabs. I think in this part of the map, there's maybe, I think, one other village. It's like up there. But if you go to this crab shop, they have a slightly unique dialogue. You have to convince them that you care about the crabs, and then you can purchase them. And as you can see, we've got a couple for sale here. And if you're curious, the pups, they sell for a lot less. I would always recommend buying the pups than letting them age into elders, because it costs a lot less. Though these are pretty much, this one's almost, that's a fully raised one. I believe that this is like their percentage or whatever that of their age. So yeah, that's the crab store. Let's go ahead and show you a few more, okay? All right, here we are. We've got settled nomads. So they're really common here in Shem. They also have a couple other locations all around the map, really. But they have these shops, and the nomads have like a whole mix of animals usually. So let's see what you got for sale here. Here, they've only got goats and bone dogs. Oh, actually, they got a nice selection of a couple different things. And so you can see different ages, different prices. It's very much dependent on what animal you're buying and how old they are. But you just buy them like this. You can also rename them. I don't know, feeling not very creative right now. And that's how you get little buddies. Oh, he was wandering all the way over there. Oh, that's cute. So yeah, you can buy them from here. And these ones, they also can come to your base. Like if you're close to one of these locations, they might send a beast trader like this right here. It looks like that one's coming up in a few days. So when they come there, then they'll have like a little group that comes to you with some animals that you can buy. Okay, so there's also these little camps that you'll occasionally come across. These are randomly spawned in. They are different each time you play, unlike the settled nomads, which you'll always find at the same spot. But these ones, you'll occasionally find this like guy just selling goats. Yeah, that's all they have. They just have a bunch of goats, right? But goats are actually pretty good. They're pretty good fighters. So you want to keep an eye out for those camps if you want to get an easy recruit. Okay, there's actually one other way to get pets. It's to create a game where you have one. So if you do a new game, there's a couple starts that have pets. Where is it? Guy with a dog. That's a pretty good one. It gives you a puppy. It's very weak, but you can get to be an elder. They're not my favorite pets though. You could also, if you wanted to, you could start with some cash and try and purchase some. I don't think 1,000 cats is gonna be enough to get them though. But if you do the Freedom Seekers, I believe that every once in a while you spawn near animals. It's not guaranteed, but we'll see if we get it, right? Let's just jump in and see what we get. I might jump ahead. Okay, I found one of these stores. This is in Heft. These do spawn in a little bit differently, so it may not be this exact building, but most UC cities will have a farm shop, and these farm shops will occasionally let you buy animals from them, like if they're set up for that. So they do have like stuff for animals basically. So this is essentially an animal store. It's called a farm store, but it's not. You can see I don't have the money to buy it because I just spawned in a character and ran from one city over here. Yeah, that's also a little life pro tip if you want to go fast in the early game. So yeah, you look for these shops. They can be in also like the Holy Nation. I believe they've got some like this, and I think Mongrel might even occasionally have one. All right, I think that's all of the ways to get pets. Thank you for joining me. This has been Orange One.